Hi guys, I hope you are all doing well. Let's see today's question. So today's question, we are taking this up from the topic of integration. And if I talk about the question that is given to us here from this topic of integration, question says that if a comma b is the orthocenter of the triangle whose vertices are 1 comma 2, 2 comma 3 and 3 comma 1. So A comma B is the orthocenter. Orthocenter, as you know, it's basically the intersection point of all the altitudes of the triangle. And the question further says that I1 is integral A to B x sine 4x minus x squared dx. And the other integral I2 is again the limits A to B. Just this x is not there. Everything else is same as your I1. The question is asking me to figure out what is the value of 36 I1 over I2 equals. If I talk about the answer choices that I have here, the options are 80, 72, 66, 88. So these are the four answer choices I have for this question. Now let's try to solve this further and get the answer for the question. So first thing, I'll draw this triangle whose vertices are this three. So let's draw that triangle first. So let's say A, B, and C, where A is 1 comma 2, B is let's say 2 comma 3, and the C is 3 comma. Now let's draw an altitude here. So let's say I have an altitude here. Let's say E somewhere. So altitude basically means that it's 90 degree. So if I find the slope of line AB using my idea of y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, I get from here the slope is 3 minus 2 and 2 minus 1. So that gives me 1. So I have the slope of AB is 1. And since this altitude is nothing but perpendicular to AB, so we know that slopes of perpendicular lines are negative reciprocals. So slope of this line CE would become negative reciprocal of your slope of AB, which is negative 1 over 1, which is negative. So I have the slope of this line is negative 1. And if I find the equation of this line, CE, so equation of line CE, if I use the slope point form, y minus y1 equals mx minus x1, we're doing it for CE. So slope you are using here is negative 1. x1 here is 3. y1 here is 1. So I get y minus 1 equals negative x plus 3. So x plus y equals 1 plus 3, which is 4. So I have the equation of this line that it is x plus y equals 4. Once I have this equation of line with me, I already have the slope. Now I have the equation of line as well for this CE. The question says that A comma B is the orthocenter. Orthocenter basically means it's intersection point of all the altitudes that you have. So one is here, one is coming from here. So intersection point of all of them is basically your orthocenter. Let's say orthocenter is O, given by the coordinates A comma B. Since the orthocenter lies on this line CE as well, it would satisfy this equation of line. So that coordinates of the orthocenter A comma B will satisfy this equation of line CE, which is x plus y equals 4. So if I put x and y, A and B respectively, I get from here A plus B equals 4. So I have this A plus B equals 4 with me. Now, once I have A plus B equals 4 with me, let's try to solve the question that was given to us. The question said that I1 is integral of A to B x sine of 4x minus x squared dx. So what I can do here is I know A plus B is 4, or I can write A is 4 minus B, or I can also write B is 4 minus A. So I can use any one of them as I want here. So if I use that, let's see. So I can just write A Here instead of b, I know I can write this as 4 minus a. So I'm just writing that as 4 minus a x sine. Here from this term, I can just take out x common. So I am left with 4 minus x dx. Now if I see the property of definite integrals that I can use for this question now, I know a plus b integral of f of x dx is also a to b f of a plus b minus x dx. Right? So instead of 4 minus a writing here, if I even keep the limit, let's say b only, let's keep it same. So I know I1 is that. So I1, I have already a to b. And what is that? X sine of x and 4 minus x dx. Let's say this is 1. I can also write this I1 using this property of definite integral as a to b. Instead of x, I can just write a plus b minus x sine of. Again, here I can write a plus b minus x 4 minus a plus b minus x dx. So further, if I try to solve a to b as it is, a plus b, we know it is 4. So it's 4 minus x sine 4 minus x, and 4 minus this also becomes 4. So 4 minus 4 would cancel. Minus minus becomes plus. So x dx. Let's say this is 2. Now, once I have both of them here, let's try to solve this. So if I add 1 and 2, because now what I can do is if I add them, sine of same terms I have here. So if I add also to them, I1 plus I1 has the same limits a to b. The first had x sine of 4 minus x times x dx, plus the other had a to b 4 minus x sine of x 4 minus x dx. So I have this. Now I get from here 2I1 a to b. Sine of 4 minus x times x is same in both of them. Here I am adding x plus 4 minus x. So x and x cancels. I get 4 out. A to b sine of, if I multiply this entirely inside 4x minus x square dx. This is 2I1. Now once I have this with me, what I can do further is I can just get 2I1 is 4. And this entire thing, if you see without x, we already discussed that while discussing the question that I2 is the same as I1, just it's without x. So without x means I've gotten this form as this entire thing becomes I2. Once I have 2I1 equals 4 I2, or I can write I1 over I2 is 4 over 2, which is 2. So I have the ratio of I1 and I2. The question is asking for 36 times of that. So I have 36 times 2, which is 72. That basically matches with answer choice B. So B becomes the correct answer for the question that is given to us here. I hope you have understood how to solve this type of questions, which deals with the ideas of finding the answer to this type of integration questions. So what we did here was we first found the slope of the altitudes. Since orthocenter lies on this triangle, orthocenter is intersection point of all the altitudes. Orthocenter also lies on this line. So I substituted the orthocenter coordinates instead of x and y. That gave me a plus b is 4. Once I got that, I just wrote my I1 and manipulated it to get it in terms of this idea as well, and added both I1s so that it gets converted in the terms of I2. And once I get the relation of I1 and I2, I just use the ratio that gives me 2. of I1 and I2, and I put that in the question that was asked to us. That led me to the answer being 72, which basically matches with answer choice B. I hope you have understood how to solve this. I'll see you again tomorrow with some other question from some other topic. And we are going to continue our series of questions on JEE mains. So stay tuned for more videos to roll out. Also, if you're enjoying these videos that we are doing on everyday basis, please do like the videos as well and do subscribe to my channel and share this channel with your friends as well who are involved in the preparation of questions on JEE. So they can also take the benefit from these questions that we are solving on everyday basis. Thank you.